So I have this like eyebrow pencil. I'm not sponsored, but it's from Shumura. It's the stone grey.
Shumura, he's hinting. Yeah, later his face dirty my hand.
Hello, today I'm with two guests. I have Jolin.
Hi.
And I have Derrick. We are going to be doing makeup.
Yeah. Okay, so the very first one, we will start with a Korean male everyday makeup.
Right.
And then the second one, we will be doing a K-pop idol makeup. Right?
Yeah. K-pop idol makeup because I don't have that oppa look. That's why I got that.
We will start with the Korean male everyday makeup.
Everyday makeup. Okay, which will be me lah. So you can see now I don't have anything on my face. This is my natural face.
Already very good looking already lah. Can lah. Actually, no need makeup.
Wow, you're very kind leh.
So I actually have a primer with me. It's a mattifier. I would not recommend applying primer to the entire face. I would actually just apply to the areas where it tends to oil up. Yeah, so we can start. I sanitize my hands already. Yeah, just.
Okay. Have you cleaned your face yet?
Yeah, later his face dirty my hand.
Yeah, you sanitize your hand, but he hasn't cleaned his face yet.
Do you need to do anything first or like?
No, it's fine.
So the face now look okay to apply primer.
Okay.
Yeah, can. You apply moisturizer already, right?
Yeah, it's a daily thing.
Okay.
Else you cannot leave the house.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, remember to apply your moisturizer before you leave your house.
Okay, what I do is I like to apply a little bit of primer on top of the eyebrows as well because a lot of people actually do not know that the area just above the brow bone, right, actually secretes a lot of oil.
Oh, really?
Okay, so right here I have actually a very lightweight liquid foundation. So I prefer to use liquid foundation rather than powders because I feel like powder gives a bit of like the cakey look, right?
Okay.
So what I like to use is a very lightweight liquid foundation, and this will give a pretty dewy finish. So I like to apply with a sponge.
Okay.
Right?
So before the shoot, I think they have already like established Kai's skin color or skin tone.
Yes.
But maybe Jolin could share some tips with us. When trying to find a suitable foundation, that suitable for our own skin tone.
Sure.
What's the first step, especially for guys like us, which is new? We are new to makeup. How do we establish that skin color that's suitable for us?
So what you do is you should test the shade of a foundation on your jaw. You do not want to actually use a foundation that matches the skin tone of your face. You should match it with your neck.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, your face will be one color, then your neck also another color. Yeah. So it's just to like apply maybe just like a jaw area here, and then just blend it down, and then you see which one matches the best. And most importantly, when you apply foundation, drag it down towards the neck. And you see that certain areas, if you need more coverage, and then you just like pack on. So I've actually kind of like finished the base for the face with foundation, but then there are certain areas which I would like to further cover.
Okay.
So instead of packing on more foundation on that certain areas, I will actually use concealer. So concealer is actually quite similar to foundation. It has color, so what it does, it gives coverage, right?
Okay.
But the difference between a foundation and a concealer is that concealer has very high pigmentation, it has very high coverage. So a little bit of product can actually cover
quite a long way.
So
So when you're applying concealer, do you need to also find a similar color to the foundation you've applied to?
yes, but actually for concealer, you can actually choose probably like one or two shades lighter. I always like to cover the corners of the mouth. So if you notice the corners of the mouth here, right, usually has like a darker shade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the food never clean properly.
Instead of just applying this area, I'll actually bring it downwards into like a inverted triangle.
Okay.
Yeah, so just an inverted triangle, bring it down to the cheekbones, lifting it up towards the temples. This is an extra step, but then you can actually use back the same sponge, and then you just tap the concealer into the skin. Yeah, so that it blends perfectly into the skin. You don't see any like harsh lines. Yeah. So actually, if you notice, dark circles, the darkest area is actually this area. It goes downwards, right? If you notice, dark circles always is going downwards this way. there's actually not so much of discoloration at the corner of this eye.
Yep.
So what you can do is just use the concealer. You concentrate on this area from the inner corner and then down, diagonally downwards this way. You concentrate on this area, whatever product is left on your brush or on your sponge, and then you blend it outwards. Right? And if you also notice, the inner corners of the eye tends to be a little bit darker as well. Right? So you can just close your eyes. The inner corner here. Right? So you just gently wriggle your brush this way, then up to the socket of your eyeball. So there are actually certain spots on the face, right? So you just use this kind of brush, as in the bristles are more dense, right? So that it can actually pick up more product and then you can pack the product
on the corners.
So for example, like this one. So I just dab the concealer onto the spot first, right? So it's like a tapping motion rather than a sweeping motion, because if you sweep, we're actually like removing the concealer, shifting the concealer already, right? So we just tap, right? And then of course you can go in with a sponge, right, to blend everything together. Yep. Okay, so for the final step, I would prefer to powder certain areas of the face. Powders can actually control the oil secretion throughout the day as well. So of course, if you start off dewy along the day, especially in Singapore's climate, right, from dewy it can become oily very fast. So of course, I would like to powder the T-zone, meaning the forehead, down to the nose, corners of the nose, corners of the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the point of what Jolin brought up about controlling the oil secretion in those areas, right? Another thing about putting loose powder is that it actually deters oxidation.
Yes.
Yeah, because as your skin secretes more oil, right, you'll have like more oxidation, and that will cause your face to become like darker and darker throughout the day. Yeah, so like having like loose powder actually like allow your makeup to stay on without turning dark for a longer period. Anything
that is cream or liquid, right? Once you seal it with powder, it kind of like lock the liquid into the face, so it doesn't move, it doesn't shift throughout the day. Okay, so I'll powder under the eye first.
Okay.
Ray can just look up for me. Yeah.
This is the part I really dislike a lot.
Why?
Under the eye.
Because I got very like teary eyes.
Sensitive eyes. Yeah. Okay. And I prefer to use a wet sponge.
Okay.
A damp sponge to apply the powder, because it kind of like helps the powder to like kind of like melt into the skin better. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, on the forehead. Okay, down to the nose, corners of the nose, corners of the mouth. Okay. And if you notice, actually the corners of the nose, right, it tends to oil up as well.
Yeah.
And then there's this like reddish tint. Yeah. So just go in with powder. And also don't forget the top of your brow bones. It tends to oil up throughout the day, this area. Okay, so you just powder it down first. Alright, so now I'm actually pretty much finished with the base.
Okay.
Right, so coverage wise. So let's do the eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows very important for
my favorite part.
yes, especially Korean makeup.
Okay.
They are very big on
The very
brows.
fluffy,
Yes,
thick
the
eyebrows.
fluffy, thick eyebrows,
Not the
right?
very arc kind, but it's the straight kind, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'll be using his eyebrow pencil. Let's give it a try.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So how shall we start off with
Okay.
eyebrows?
I will actually prepare this tool. It's called a spoolie. So this spoolie is actually like an eyebrow comb, right? So you just brush. Just
Put them in place
Put
lah.
them in place first.
Okay.
Comb upwards. Okay, comb upwards.
So for some cases, some guys, right, the eyebrow very sparse. Like they don't have much eyebrows. But fortunately for Zikai, he is 天生, you got this kind of very
Yes.
thick eyebrows, right? But for those very, very sparse one, How can they shape? Shape their eyebrow.
Okay, you can actually start off with a pencil first, right?
Okay.
Pencil is just to give the shape.
Okay.
It's kind of like to frame the eyebrows in that sense, to draw the curve, the shape out first, right? But then don't go too
much.
right?
Okay.
Because you've seen, not to throw shade anyone, but you see some aunties at the market where you see like it's too nicely carved out and it looks kind of like fake in that sense, right? Okay. Unless you're going for that kind of look, then go ahead, right? But
we're going for the all natural look now.
Yes,
right?
even the all natural look,
effortless,
right? Yes.
but no makeup kind of look.
So I'm actually using the pencil to create like brow like strokes.
I see. Okay.
Yep. So try not to touch the start or the head of the eyebrow. Right? You just go somewhere, create feather-like strokes.
Oh, your eyebrows are really long, you know, Zikai. Not your eyelash, your eyebrows. From this angle, I can see your eyebrows are really long.
Remember, I started this side, right?
Yep.
So what you can do is actually you just use a spoolie
and go the opposite direction.
Yeah, go the opposite direction and blend the product to the front. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I can do. So actually Zikai has very full eyebrows, so I didn't really do much to his brows, right? So I create the feather-like strokes already. I'm using the spoolie to just blend the pencil into the brows. So again, I'm using the spoolie to blend it out.
Your eyebrows looks very long.
Okay, so for male makeup, right, I will not usually apply any eyeshadow because I don't think that is necessary.
Okay.
So just now actually I applied a little bit of foundation on the both eyelids already. So I think it really covers the pigmentation. Yeah,
Okay.
so I think it's fine. Okay, now you can actually add a little bit, like you can spruce up the face a little bit more. Okay, you can actually apply highlighter and contour. So I have with me like different shades of contour. Okay. This one actually has a bit of shimmer. Okay, so you can just use probably like a flatter brush.
Okay.
Okay, but not so dense lah. Just dab the brush a little bit, tap off the excess. Okay, so contour. Okay, male contour and female contour different
okay.
So male contour, what we follow the face structure, right? So male, you want to have a little bit more like chiseled look, or chiseled cheekbone. Okay, so what you do is you can see at the corner, you start from the corner of the ear, okay, towards the mouth.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah. So that is a general rule of thumb lah.
And not the jawline all the way lah.
Yeah, jawline will be later part.
Okay.
So this way, okay. So you can apply a little bit. Okay, you can start a little bit first. Okay, this way, towards the corner of the mouth, right? Okay. And then you pull it downwards. So females, right? The contour will stop at here.
I see.
But for male, we actually want to pull it
downwards.
Downwards.
To the mouth, okay.
Yes. To the mouth. Okay. So you blend it upwards. Don't blend downwards. Yeah, blend it upwards. Because if you blend it downwards, it actually drags the whole face down. Yeah.
It's like Photoshop the liquefy, liquefy function.
Should be the same concept.
Drag
Okay, so
upwards.
downwards towards the here.
Okay.
Yeah. But then the concentration of the color, it should be nearer to the ear, and then it blends, it fits.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, then you can just like maybe add a little bit on the in the temples, following the sideburn over here, the corner of the face, and then up over here. So yes, I can contour, add some color to the perimeters of the face. Okay. Temples. Here, similarly.
Okay.
From the corner towards the corner of the mouth, bring it down. Blend it upwards.
Ooh.
for the jaw, you can just switch. For the jawline, I prefer a matte contour powder because if you have shimmer under your jaw, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird to have shimmer, you know. So this is a warm tone again. It's a matte. Okay. So jaw, pretty simple lah. Just follow.
Follow lah. Okay.
Yeah. Blend downwards towards the neck.
Okay.
Okay. But then the thing about contour is don't go overboard, because if you go overboard, it kind of look quite obvious.
I don't need a lot of contours lah. I already got dark undertone.
They need darker contour then.
Okay. So, if you want it to be even like more blended out, right?
Okay.
To look more seamless, right? Okay, use a clean, fluffy brush, right?
Okay.
And what you do is you just blend it. And then you can add a little bit of highlight, not too much, because we're going for the everyday look. Okay, so you can take like some kind of like a brush like this, and then you just go a little bit. Okay, you highlight, right? Highlight is to bring out the features, right? So contour, it makes any features on your face recede.
Okay.
Right. So for example, what are the areas that you want your face to pop? The high areas of your face, right?
Okay.
So there'll be your cheekbones. Not too much. It should just make a very subtle difference. It should not be like, right? Then probably a little bit here. Some people like to put a little bit on the brow bone.
Okay.
Okay. Some people like to put the tip of the nose to give like the reindeer, the reindeer look. Okay, and then what I like to do is I like to highlight the chin. And some people actually like to apply a little bit of shimmer onto the cupid's bow here.
I see. Because that's also a peak area lah.
Yes. Yep. Okay, and if you want your lips to be like more voluptuous and fuller, okay, what you can do is you use that contour again, and then just apply a little bit to the bottom here.
Okay.
Because this
because your
recedes, right?
recede, then
Yes.
the lips will actually pops out lah.
Correct. Okay, let's do the lips. So for tints, to achieve the more natural look, right, I like to dab the product. Okay, and usually for Koreans, I noticed that they like to apply more color to the inside, the inner part of the lip, and then it fades out. Yeah. I should get this for myself. Okay. There's actually another product that I like to use. It's actually a 2-in-1 product as well. And this is a Korean brand, right? So it's a kind of like a cream formula. You can use it on the cheeks and on the lips and even on the eyes as well, right? So if you want, you can actually just use fingers, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. And blend it. You can blend it like nearer to the eyes as well, because that's the trend. Okay, so alright, just to sweep through for the final touch. Okay, there you go.
We are done.
We're done, yes.
Everyday look.
Yes, this is the everyday look.
I wish I looked like this every day.